Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of touch-ups here and there. I'm gonna scuff that out of there, get that taken care of. And I see one other spot. It wasn't a run or nothing, but it looked like it was kind of heavy right there. Almost a sag. So I'm going to take care of those. Then I'm going to come over here and wet sand this hood. Laying flat like that, you're going to get dust settling in it. So yeah, there's no avoiding it. That's why I like hanging them up vertical. You get a much better spray job hanging vertical, you can see. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of some of that stuff this morning, and then I'm gonna find out where we're at, if he wants the whole thing cut and buffed or just let that stuff there be and go from there. But I want to throw a shout out to a couple people here. As you know, I was able to start having channel members, and I want to thank the first few that have become Metal Art Customs channel members. It's much appreciated. I'm going to go through these in order of the ones that became members. And remember, once I hit the first 10 channel members, I'm going to put those names in a bowl or something, and I'm going to draw a name, and one of you will win either a hat or toboggan. I think I got 3 different colors for the toboggans, 2 different types of hats, or a shirt. So yeah, hopefully we can gain quite a few channel members. I plan on doing something like that ever so often. Just draw names, and who knows what I'll be giving away just randomly. But the first one to become a channel member was Gary Wilkerson. He became a member, I believe, the first day, if not the second day, and I appreciate it. Second one was Rusty Coat. Rusty actually was the first one to purchase any items. I think he got a hoodie and maybe a hat, something to that nature. The next one was Nelson Mattoon. The next one was Jessica and Adam Lawson. The next one was Brent Llewellyn. And when I woke up this morning, another one joined, Patrick Scanlon. Again, I want to say thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it. And hopefully, if those of you watching feel you could benefit by it, I'd appreciate it if you joined. And I'm trying to put the link in all the videos, either in the description below or in the premier chat, something to that nature. And as you all know by now, I will be moving. Yeah, I'm going to be extremely busy. The videos of me moving and prepping and getting things in order, what's going on with the building as far as purchasing it and just repairs, all that stuff will be on the channels page. So yeah, if you want to tag along and see what's going on with that, become a member and we'll go from there. We'll get this thing built up. Later on down the road, those videos will go live, but right now I'm trying to keep it members only. I might say a few things here or there in the regular chat, but yeah, I also go live, which I've already got one video. Working on that live. I will have more on that. So yeah, there's a lot to the membership, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Now let's get sanding. All right, guys, I don't know how well you can see that on the screen. It's not hateful, but it is there. I know the bumper's going to cover it, but I'm the type of person, I just cannot leave something like that. So I'm going to show you how I take care of it. I'm going to take my razor blade, I'm going to let it ride backwards on it. Just slide it right along the top edge. The reason I use a razor blade, that's not going to move. That's perfectly straight. That is above the rest of the paint. Once I get close, then I'll stop and grab the sanding block. Just take your time. You don't want to go through the clear and especially the paint. Just keep it clean. I still have to sand the bumpers yet. I think one of them needs a little bit of hammer and dolly work. I think he said the front one. Takes a little bit of time doing this, but it's worth it. If you use a block, you're going to be sanding on both sides of it as well, and you don't want that because that's the right thickness. You're sanding that out and you're sanding out here too. You're going to make that really thin down there. And it has to be on the curve, right? You always have problems where it's tougher to fix. Notice how I'm letting that razor blade flip back and forth. When I get to the end, I'm not keeping it on there and flipping it. I'm raising it off of it. You can see I'm starting to get a little closer to the other surfaces. Once I get it close enough, I'll stop, and then I'll block from there. Out here, it's just basically a slight sag, so it starts out at run here and flows out of it. So I don't have to do a whole lot on this side. You can see as you get close, it changes the color, reflection, whatever. It's getting pretty close. Almost ready to grab the sanding block. Yeah, looking good. All right, I'm going to say that's going to be close enough. I'll grab the sanding block. All right, I got my two-sided block here. This the little firmer, and this is soft. I'm using 2000 grit. I'm going to use the firm side first. That way it stays on top. You want to just basically no pressure. Trying to get just the run. And again, I'm using just plain old water with dish soap. Nothing special. follow the curve. It's getting there. You want to keep checking, make sure you're not getting thin. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to the soft side. That way it just kind of flows around it. I'm not holding it tight, I'm letting it float around that curve. Just about there. Shut that heat off. It's starting to cool off in here already. Looking good. Okay, now I'm going to use 3000 grit just by hand, just to start shining it back up. And again, just let it flow around that corner. Let me know in the comments if you can see the difference in this as I'm sanding, because looking at the camera, I can't tell if you're seeing it or not. $3,000 ain't really going to be sanding a whole lot, but it's bringing this shine back out. Okay. Now, just gonna grab a rag and wipe it. Yeah, it's starting to come out. Now, I'm going to use 5,000. And again, it won't take a whole lot, but it's got to be done, you know? Partyful. It's almost got all the shine right back into it. All right. I'm going to call that done for a minute. I'm going to go up to the other spots. Once I get those taken care of, I'll go to the hood. Now this one, I want to keep that almost straight. You don't want to go across it like that because you'll put a groove. See, it's just from there to there, so slight. You can see it's only cutting the top surface, but you gotta be careful. Using 2000 on the firm side again. And I'm trying just to get the run. Almost completely out of it. And there we have it. Now I'll go back to the 3000, but this time I'm going to use the block. It don't have the multiple curves that that front did. Notice how I'm doing circles and lines, but I'm not going with the radius. I'm going across the radius. Looks like I need just a little bit more of the 2000. As it shines up, you can see it a little bit better. So, and I'm getting down here close and I'm looking across it. Little bitty circles. All right, now I'll go back to the 3000. And that's what I mean by you gotta keep taking your time and looking at it so you can see what's going on. You don't want to go too far, too fast. Oh yeah, that looks mo better. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. You don't have to get too excited if there's a little bit of paint issues. It's how you handle it once you get done. All right, now I'll get the 5,000 and flip my block to the soft side. The soft side will let it flow around that corner mo better. Get you a workout doing this, guys. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll dry that off and go to the next one. Now this one, I mean, it just has a little bit of a ripple there. I'm not going to use a razor. I want to see how it does with just sandpaper. If I need to, I will, but just ever so slight. Using the firm side of the block. I mean, it really ain't much, but could have probably left it go, but I seen it. Thank all of my subscribers for this past year. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You've made this extra work that I do for the channel worth it. Honestly, I was about to give up on the channel. guys have all stepped up and become subscribers, and some of you has become members. I appreciate each and every one of you. I enjoy talking to you in the evenings and having our own little community here. Yeah, see, that one's not much at all. Man, if he would want this whole thing wet sanded and buffed, this thing would absolutely glisten. And like I've always said, Metal Art Customs, making classics beautiful again. Beautiful. Now, every time I pick these back up and start to sand again, I spray them. You don't want that clear slurry drying in there because you'll scratch the paint. So yeah, make sure you keep everything wiped down, cleaned up, keep the dust down. It'll make for a lot easier buff job. Notice I'm not getting into the crease either. That makes it really, really hard to buff. Hit it with 5,000. Letting my hand caress the curves. I'm not putting forceful pressure down. I'm just letting it float around that corner. Get that wiped down and I'll start on the hood. That's ready for the next sand. This door and around right here has got a bit more orange peel than the rest of the whole truck. Looks good everywhere but right in here, and that's a billboard right there, guys. That's where everybody looks at when they're following you, because you know it is a Chevy. So let's see, I don't know if I can get it to where you can see that orange peel or not. Can you see that orange peel? I'm gonna go ahead and just hit the surface there, knock that down. Now, just like the rest of it, I'm not getting it 100% out. I just want to get it to look better than it does. Right now you can see some orange peel and I don't like it. A little bit of orange peel is one thing. A little bit of orange peel is not hateful, but this is just a touch more than a little bit. I just want to knock it down to where it matches the rest of it. Got myself a headache. I guess I gotta answer the text message here. It's all right. I want to dry it off and see what it looks like anyhow. Anywho. Looks like a little bit more in here. Yep. Eric should get somebody to do some old school pinstripe hand lettering on this thing. It says Bison Willie's Suburban Garage. Because, you know, that's his channel. If you guys haven't yet, go check him out. I know he hasn't posted a whole lot lately, but I'm sure once he gets this thing back home, he's going to be posting continuance videos as he goes. Oh yeah, I like it.
Look at you and the bee. Yep.
All right. Just want to get the main flat area that's matches the other side, I guess. Look at his back, see? You can see what I'm doing here. Ew. Dripping all over me. Now, if you notice, I've let this thing set for a few days before I even messed with it. With it being cold out, I like to do that. When it's warm in the summer, the very next day, I'd have jumped right on wet sanding. But with it being cold, I like to give it a day or two to let it cure out. Now, probably what I'll do is I'll let this stuff set after, like the hood and the back doors here, I'll just let them set till tomorrow, and then I'll hit it with 3000. Such a big area. I'll let them set till tomorrow to flash out, and then I'll come back and hit it with 3000 and buff. Don't need to go to 5000. The only reason I did that on the small areas is because I'm not using a DA on those areas. I did it by hand. This area here, I don't know, it depends on how the DA fits. But, like the back door and the hood's such a big flat area, I can get the DA in there without any issues. This area here, we'll see. I'll have to play that by ear. Quit dripping on my leg. If I remember tonight, not only will I put a picture of the first shop in the video, but I'll put a link to the owner's channel. I like it. Yeah, that's gonna make that look a lot better. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. Got a lot of stuff to do this afternoon, and yeah, go home and rest my back. It's looking good, looking good. I did look it over one more time, and I remembered there was a speck of dirt right there. I got it, sanded it out real quick, got the buffer out. Yeah, awesome. So tomorrow I'll fire the DA up, and I'll get 3,000 on the hood and the back doors, and hopefully get it buffed. Like to get some smalls put on, get this put on there, adjust them latches. For some reason, they're just not exactly the way I figured they should be. I mean, this shuts good, the other one don't. I'm looking at it, it's looking like this is hitting right there. So I got to look into that, see why it's doing that. Everything worked great when I put it together last time. It's probably just a little bit of adjustment, but yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm going to get out of here. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button for me. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up and all that stuff. If you would like, please hit that join button, become a channel member. You'll start seeing some other videos, and you can go back and look at the live that I did last week and another video that I put up. And there's going to be another video coming up real quick. So, yeah, awesome. Till tomorrow, have a blessed evening.